I pray. I pray to Lucifer that this is true. Nothing will show how just out of touch Disney is if they do this shit. Rumor, rumor of the way that Disney's been going lately, I wouldn't be surprised. Disney planning Sleeping Beauty remake set in Mexico. Please let this fucking happen. Please, please. Oh, Dark Lord, give me this movie. I want this to happen. I want people to see Disney for the complete fucktards that they are now, who care more about pandering and delivering a message than an actual fun experience. They care more about, oh, we gotta have diversity. We gotta have diversity. Because modern audiences that don't fucking exist. Please let this happen. Disney may be stepping into familiar and dangerous territory yet again, according to entertainment scooper Scooper, Daniel RPK. The studio could be moving forward within a reimagining of Sleeping Beauty, retitled Aurora, and set in Mexico. Please, I want this to happen. I'm old enough to remember when Disney was an American company. Sleeping Torta. Disney just hates making money, apparently. Make it more lame. The funny thing is that by now, they know how this will be received. We want new stories. Does Mexico have fairy tales? We would welcome them. Yeah. Why not just take some Mexican fairy tales? Let's get down to business. I mean, they made something out in China. Like, why can't they just make a new story? Why is it got to be a fucking remake? We would welcome them. If she's from Mexico, then how will it be a mixed culture cast? Encanto and Coco are not. I thought Hollywood required to be mixed. Huh. Bella siesta. La torta dormida. The Book of Life already does this. Sleeping Torta. Starring Speedy Gonzalez, the fastest mouse in all of Mexico. I wish Disney would just stop with the remakes. Give us something new. It's getting tired. Yeah, I mean, they could just give her her moment. But whatever. Let's race swap another princess, I guess. Aren't there Mexican folk tales and fairy tales? Exactly. Instead of being based off something, why not just make it an original? They're way too scared to make Sleeping Beauty movie that follows the original story accurately. I mean, oh, like she's of German heritage Mexico? I can already see the grifters ready to complain. You know, it's stupid fucking cunts like this why Disney and all these other fucking companies feel no need to take responsibility or change, because they know they have stupid fucking retards like this jackass to hide behind, because they know that these fucking people are so fucking retarded. They'll just like, oh, well, we don't have to change because we've got people defending us, and these people will happily defend them. Oh, it's not them, it's the grifters, it's the phobes and isms. Go fuck yourself, you fucking pansy. Stop. I fucking hope Disney's dick tastes real fucking good. Just get a Mexican story to make. I'll believe when I see it. So what now? Maleficent is going to call the drug cartels? Isn't there already a Disney princess called Aurora? I mean, another woke movie. They never learn. Of course, it's Mexico. Another woke experiment. Jesus Christ. Mexico? In Mexico. Or Disney, hear me out, create a new Disney princess based on Mexican folklore. Heresy. Blasphemy, says I. Is gonna suck. Horrible idea. Oh gosh, it's gonna be horrible, isn't it? Whoa, did I see that coming? Ay, pobre Aurora. No. Just no. Arabian Little Red Riding Hood with a ready job. A Japanese Snow White with her coveted pale skin and shiny black hair. Mexican Cinderella with colorful Mexican glass blown slippers. Greek Beauty and the Beast, where Beast is a minotaur. I mean, that could possibly work, but it'd be stupid. Culture bent fairy tales that keep key canonical characteristics. A minotaur. It's gonna take place in a maze. If you know, you know. Yes, the Sleeping Beauty in Mexico retelling appears to be on deck, continuing Disney's now established pattern of reshaping classic European tales, by the way. Classic fairy tales through cultural reinterpretation instead of creating new stories for today's audiences. And the decision is raising eyebrows for a simple reason. The last two times Disney attempted to reinvent a classic princess through modern cultural lenses, The Little Mermaid and Snow White, the results were cultural battlegrounds of financial disappointments. Neither project landed the triumphant reception the company likely hoped for. Instead, they sparked heated debate, fractured fan bases, and fueled months of social media controversy. Yeah. Yeah. Yet here we are again, staring down another legacy remake when consumers and analysts and longtime Disney loyalists are saying the same thing. Where is the original magic? It would be one thing if these experiments were winning hearts and wallets, but the last decade has been a cautionary tale, not a victory lap. It's just been one. And again, I pray to the Dark Lord that they do this. Because once again, it will show everyone how fucking out of touch Disney is now. That they're more focused on the message and reimagining and diversity than they are about just telling a good fucking story. Every single remake they've done has fucking blown chunks. I mean, Snow White, if you looked at like theaters and ticket sales, reservations and like IMAX, they were non-existent. There was like maybe 15 tickets sold in an IMAX. No one wanted to waste their money on this fucking piece of shit. People are tired of soulless remakes. But yet Disney's just like, duh, we're fucking retarded and we don't understand that no one likes this. We're just gonna keep doing it. We're in the business of losing money now. And if they don't like it, they're just full of systemisms. We have our army of people to defend us so that we never have to take responsibility or accountability for making bad movies. Disney's live-action Little Mermaid may have been a loud cultural moment, but it struggled to justify its enormous budget, especially overseas where the film barely made ripple, especially in China. Why? Because China fucking hates black people. China hates everyone. Like China doesn't even like its own fucking people. So you have the Little Mermaid cast as a black girl. Yeah, it's like with Star Wars, how Finn was nice and front and center on the fucking American poster, but then the Chinese poster, they shrunk him down to where he barely was visible because China fucking hates black people. And China, especially with movies, is a large market. It's a large portion of money. The Chinese are not going to want to go see a fucking black mermaid. They're not going to want to see a fucking Aurora who's fucking Mexican now. They're not. They're, and it's obviously not China. You know, it's not just, China, but China again makes up a huge amount of that money. So, but go ahead. I'm sure it'll work out. I'm sure that those places will see the movie and they're like, "Oh my god, this is a great movie. We're gonna go see it in the end. We're gonna go in for seconds because that Mexican Aurora was just so charming and delightful. We're just gonna go in for seconds and thirds. Maybe stay for dessert and all the way tomorrow for some brunch. You know." Meanwhile, thousands of miles away, Snow White, even before release, has been surrounded with such intense controversy that it became a trending case study in brand alienation, cultural backlash, an outspoken political star, and a series of costly reshoots turned a once beloved fairy tale into a public relations minefield. It came in like a wrecking ball. With those track records, one might imagine a strategic reset. That would mean taking responsibility. That would mean acknowledging that you're creating terrible fucking shit. That's something they can't do. They will never, ever admit that, say, oh, you know what? Yeah, we've run out of ideas and we thought that doing these remakes was the best route to go. But we can clearly see that people aren't liking them. No, they're not. It's always going to be, it's the far right extremists and Donald Trump's fault that people aren't liking these movies. It's all these haters, all these phobes, this and isms, these misogynists and racists and white supremacists and transphobes and this and that. It'll be everyone else's fault. Everyone except for the people making the shit. The something bold, fresh characters, fresh lore, a return to Walt's founding principle. Tell the stories no one else can dream up. Instead, Disney continues circling legacy titles like they're the only keys left on the ring. Now, this reported Sleeping Beauty set in Mexico pivot invites familiar questions, including the one many fans are already asking without needing to tweet it. If the goal is to celebrate Mexico and its incredibly rich mythology, why not create a brand new Mexican princess and a brand new world? Yeah, why not create a Mexican princess and a whole new world, a new fantastic point of view? Why not do that? No, let's just take established characters, an established princess, and just fucking race swap them for no goddamn reason. Because you're so, again, these people are the intelligent, college educated, artsy types, and all they do is just take old stuff and rehash it, but give it no soul or personality at all. And then when you complain about it, you're somehow a phobus and ism. It's the same fucking thing every time. Disney already succeeded once in that realm with Alina of Avalor, and the character was mostly embraced by the public and integrated well into the company's theme parks. But rather than lift that character to the big screen, the company appears to be more interested in repurposing legacy icons than championing new heroines. This isn't cultural celebration people object. It's not. It isn't the cultural celebration people object to. It's the repetition and repurposing, the repainting, the constant retooling of yesterday's magic instead of forging tomorrow's. Nostalgia versus innovation. I've said this before. Disney used to be innovation, imagination, and inspiration. Now it is none of those. They just keep taking old classics, the animated classics, and live actioning those movies into just soulless cash grabs. And I said with the when I was talking about how Rachel Zegler seems to think that Snow White being number one on Disney Plus seems to think equals people liking it. I said that if Walt Disney was alive today, he would be flabbergasted at at what his company has become. They're not trying to bring joy anymore. They're not trying to be innovative. They're not trying to bring inspire people. No, just like, hey guys, hey, remember Barry's time? Remember that old movie you watched? Yeah, we're remaking it. Hey, remember that movie that came out in like the 2000s, 2010, early 2010s? Yeah, we're gonna live action remake that too. He would be just appalled at the fucking shit that's going on with his company. But yeah, the three eyes: innovation, inspiration, and imagination. Disney is none of those now. The River Sleeping Beauty Mexico project lands at a time when Disney desperately needs creative wins. Theme parks may keep the company's gears turning, but on the cinematic side, the company needs an escape hatch from remake burnout, franchise fatigue, and a string of box office underperformers. Yeah. I mean, name one of the movies that's come out recently from Disney that's actually been a hit. Like a remake. None. None. No one remembers any of them. And when people talk about them, it's, about the movie, it's about the original. I said before, they're classics, they're timeless for a reason. I mean, 1934 fucking Snow White, there's a reason why it's still timeless, why it still holds up today and is beloved, because it's good, because it was like one of the first movies of its kind. But nowadays, everything they do is just soulless. There's no fun, there's no inspiration, no innovation, no imagination. I mean, you have fucking story, like Little Mermaid singing songs about consent, when the whole purpose of the fucking movie is Ariel trying to get Eric to kiss her, but no, let's sing a song about consent. Like, what the fuck? No one is asking for this shit. Leave. And then something about the Hercules. I don't even know when that fucking shit's happening, but like a modern take on Hercules, like they're in high school or some bullshit. It's like, no. Stop the fucking bullshit. Just stop. Stop it. Audiences want wonder again. Not lectures, not corporate messaging exercises, and not another polished over reboot of a story they already own on 4 formats on Blu-ray. There's a wealth of global folklore waiting. Yeah, exactly. There's so many cultures around the world with amazing stories. Why not take one of those? Maybe dive into Japanese folklore with the yokai. Those are always fun. How about we get some Egyptian gods? Osiris, Horus, Anubis. Take your pick. How about some, Mayan stuff? Mayan, Aztec. Come on. Amazing stories to be told with that. But no, let's just fucking take Aurora and make her Mexican. Yeah, real fucking creative, you fucking pricks. Real fucking creative. That is just top shelf Disney right there. I would love to see a movie about like yokai. That'd be so fun. There's so many yokai. I mean, some of them are pretty goofy, some of them are pretty sinister. I would love to see Egyptian gods. Obelisk the Tormentor, Slife for the Sky Dragon, and the Winged Dragon of Ra. No. Not those Egyptian gods. um, or how about the Greek pantheon? I know you guys, we already have Hercules, which but maybe like a separate, maybe a movie with the Greek pantheon against Titans, like the birth of the pantheon. There's so many African. I mean, like, you guys keep race swapping, white characters to black. Africa is rich in history and folklore. Why not find some awesome gods and stuff like that in African folklore and make some of those? But no, let's just make way for fucking Mexican Aurora. And I know you probably, the smart ones are probably sitting here like, yeah, those ideas like the yokai and that sounds amazing. And the fucking retard sitting there like, he's just a phobist and ism. Get out of your mom's basement. Yeah, thank you for proving my fucking point. Thank you. You are proving my point. Instead of saying, yeah, they have a problem and they could easily make an awesome story with one of the many folklores of cultures around the world, they take an established character and they just fucking race swap them. So instead of, again, they have a love for taking characters and making them black. Why not find some really cool African folklore and make that into a movie? Now, if I was a racist, I'd say, no, don't fucking do that. But I want to see it because Africa does have amazing folklore. Why not put that onto the big screen? No. Let's just take this princess who's clearly white and fucking make her Mexican for no goddamn reason. Because reasons. So if you're one of the people watching this and you're calling me a phobos and ism, thank you. You're a fucking retard and you're proving my point. If Disney truly wants to honor Mexico or any culture, the most magical thing it could do is what it once did best. Build something new that future generations will call a classic instead of sanding down the legacies of ones we already have. Magic isn't found in recycling the past. It's found in daring to dream again. The three abuelitas. But I want this to happen. I really do. I would love to see a fucking Mexican Aurora. And then when this freaking movie gets just demolished, what are they gonna do? These people they don't like brown people. They don't like Mexicans. They're a bunch of phobes. No. You're taking an established character, canonically who's white, and you're making them Mexican for no fucking reason. Instead of taking Mexico's culture, their folklore, and turning it into a story, no, you're taking an established story and established character and race swapping them for reasons. Has nothing to do with phobes and isms, nothing like that. It's about you fucking acknowledging that maybe you have a problem and that you're not as creative as you think you are. But hey, what do we know? Anyway, that's going to do for me. You guys know the drill. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.